Um, so welcome back, my rain-pelted philosophers, my road-scarred saints of the in-between. Hobo Yeti here, still blinking, still breathing, still technically not in violation of any posted ordinance. Today, this one's different. No gear talk, no stealth tricks, no gallows comedy buffet. Well, maybe just a nibble. This is a letter. A letter I wish someone had written to me. Back when I was first staring down the void, back when the world went quiet and the parking lot lights hummed like an accusation. It's for anyone who's just hit that moment, the shock of nowhere, when the home is gone, the money's gone, and the people you thought would catch you don't even look your way. So if that's where you are, sit down, or stand, or lean against whatever you've got. This is for you. Howdy, stranger. Or maybe not a stranger at all. Maybe someone I know in another life, or someone I've passed on the sidewalk without seeing. Both of us too full of our own sinking to notice the other. Either way, this is for you. Just you. Not the version you wish you were, not the person you used to be, and not the one you have to pretend to be when you're asking for help or lying awake in a tent that smells like mildew and old fear. This is for the version of you right now, as you are. So you've found yourself here, that odd drifting place at the beginning of homelessness. Maybe you're on a bench or in a car with the engine off and the windows cracked just enough to breathe. Maybe you're pacing outside a Walmart, not sure if you're waiting for a miracle or just too tired to move again. Or maybe you're still in shock, looking down at the bag that holds your last few belongings, wondering how it all fell apart so quietly. Sometimes the fall is loud, a scream, a broken plate, a slammed door, but often it's silent. 1,000 tiny decisions, delays, bills, illnesses, wrong turns, or just the unbearable weight of trying to hold it all together without a safety net. I don't know what brought you here, and I don't need to know. Not because I don't care, but because I already do. I've learned that the specifics don't matter as much as the ache, whether it was a divorce, a job that disappeared while you were still giving it your all, a hospital bill that opened like a black hole and swallowed your future, or just one wrong month in a world that doesn't forgive much. None of that changes the truth. And the truth is, you don't deserve this. Not the shame, not the silence, and not the slow fade into invisibility that the world tries to push on you the moment you become other. And there is no moral failure in surviving. You are not broken because you slipped. You are not ruined because the ground fell out from under you. You are still here, still breathing, even if it's ragged and anxious, still hoping, even if the hope is buried beneath a mountain of rage and regret and exhaustion. I want you to know something no intake worker or cop or awkward relative is going to say to you while you're disheveled and shaking. You're not dirty. You're not lazy. You're not crazy. You're grieving a life that just ended, even if your body keeps going. You're in mourning for the version of yourself that had a fridge, a phone charger, a place to sit down without flinching. And like all grief, it doesn't follow a schedule. It doesn't care about your paperwork or the bus route. It just arrives every morning, heavy as your pack. There's going to be a voice that follows you for a while. A cruel little echo that whispers things like, you failed, you're disgusting, you'll never get out. That voice is not yours. It may wear your tone and your memories like a mask, but it was planted there by a society that doesn't know what to do with people it can't monetize. And every time you resist it, even if it's just by brushing your teeth with bottled water or tying your shoes a little tighter, you are winning. I won't lie to you, this is going to hurt. There will be days when your stomach howls like a kicked dog and no one meets your eyes. There will be nights when the sky feels like it's leaning too close and the dark presses into you like a hand. But there will also be moments, small, shining ones, that remind you you're still a person. A warm cup of tea, a stranger's smile, the smell of rain on hot asphalt. You are still capable of feeling those things, and if you can feel them, then you are still alive. That may not sound like much now, but believe me, it is everything. You might be sitting there thinking, okay, fine, but what do I do? The answer is, you breathe. For now, just that. Just stay calm and breathe. Don't panic yourself into bad choices. You've already survived the worst moment the moment it happened. Everything else is just aftermath, and aftermath can be managed a little at a time. If you're in a car, you're one of the lucky ones, though it doesn't feel like it. You've got shelter, a lock, a place to sit down without being moved along. That's a gift. If you're on the street, you're still standing. And if you're standing, you can move. If you can move, you can adapt. And adaptation is the real currency now. Not dollars, not pity, not promises. There will be offers of help that are just traps. People who act like saints but treat you like dirt the moment you say yes. It's okay to say no. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to trust your gut because you are your own lifeline now. You don't owe anyone a thank you if they only gave to feel superior. Save your gratitude for those who treat you like a person, not a project. Eventually, you'll find little tricks that make it easier. A clean pair of socks is holy. A tarp can feel like a mansion. A library becomes a refuge, not just for books, but for your mind. Try to get a little clean every day, even if it's just wiping down with a napkin or rinsing your face in a fast food sink. You'll learn to see water as sacred, not just for thirst, but for sanity. You'll probably cry in public. That's okay. Let it out. The ones who judge you, we're always going to. The ones who matter will look you in the eye and see something familiar: grit, sorrow, defiance. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You've earned the right to feel everything. You've earned the right to exist, even if you don't earn a paycheck. And no, you are not alone. Not really. There are more of us out here than you think, not just the ones with signs or camps, but the ones who hide it well. People in parking lots sleeping upright. People in storage units, in tents, in corners. You're not the only one navigating this slow collapse. And while misery doesn't always love company, sometimes just knowing you're not the only ghost in the system is enough to keep going. If you're scared, that means you're still sane. If you're angry, good, let it burn clean. If you're numb, that's okay too. That's your brain doing triage on your spirit. It'll come back, slowly, with time. And tea, if you can find some. You are not meant to be discarded. You are not some burden the world must shuffle out of sight. You are a witness, a carrier of truth. You are the evidence that society doesn't protect the vulnerable. It only tolerates them until they fall, and then it tries to make their fall look like a choice. Don't buy that lie. You didn't choose this. Even if there were missteps or flaws or dark nights where you made the wrong call, that doesn't mean you deserve this. If mistakes disqualified people from homes, the suburbs would be empty. The difference is you didn't have a net. You are not less. You're not ugly. You are not hopeless. You are forged, hardened like metal, like stone, cracked in places, maybe, but still holding. There's beauty in that. Not the kind they put on TV, but the kind that survives when everything else burns down. And one day, if you're lucky or stubborn or just too damn tired to quit, you'll find some quiet place to rest. It won't be perfect. It might be a patch of grass behind a warehouse or a room in someone else's story, but it'll be yours. And for a moment, maybe just a breath, you'll feel safe. That's all we're chasing, in the end. Not wealth, not redemption, just a sliver of safety, a soft place to land, a reason to keep going. And that's not small. That's everything. I know this letter won't fix anything. It won't put food in your pack or erase the exhaustion carved into your spine, but maybe it can be a light, a match struck in the dark, just enough to see the next step, just enough to remind you that your story isn't over. You are not the worst thing that's happened to you. You are not the sum of your losses. You are still here. And I, some broken voice across the strange desert of the internet, am glad that you are. Be kind to yourself. Even if no one else is. You are worth the effort. If you made it this far, then maybe something in all that soothed a part of you. Or maybe it just kept you company for a minute while you figured out your next move. Either way, I'm grateful. You're still here. You're still fighting, even if it's quiet, even if it looks like sitting still. This world's forgotten how to see the worth in people who fall. But I haven't, and I never will. I hope your road is a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. Peace.